Hello, welcome to 4 Minutes Closer to God. My name is Doug. Wanted to talk about demons in the sea. So last week we talked about demons in the bedroom. Where do demons come from? They are the hybrid result of mating of fallen angels and human women who were Nephilim, giants in the land, and they became mighty men. This is shown in Genesis 1-4. When men began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God, angels, saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took as wives whomever they chose. So the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with man forever. He is mortal. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and afterwards as well, when the sons of God had relations with the daughters of men. They bore them children who became the mighty men of old, men of renown." Verse 5, "Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great upon the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil all the time. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the earth, every man and beast and crawling creature and bird of the air, for I am grieved that I have made them. Noah, however, found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the account of Noah, who was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was corrupt in the sight of God and full of violence. And God looked upon the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all living creatures on the earth had corrupted their ways. Then God said to Noah, the end of all living creatures has come before me, because through them the earth is full of violence. Now behold, I will destroy both them and the earth." So, how many people were alive at the time of Noah's flood? It has been surmised that it would have been in the billions, and all of them were corrupt except the 8 that went on the ark. So the true answer to this is how many people died in Noah's flood? The answer would be 8 are the ones who lived. So all the rest had died. Among them, the Nephilim. And so the Nephilim, their death brought back spirits, their own spirits, which are hybrids and had no place in heaven or earth. And so they were to roam the earth once it became dry after the flood, to haunt the people who existed there. And so my thought is that demons in the sea would be however many Nephilim died in the flood. They would then be in the sea and come forth out of it in our time and before, obviously. And so one of the notions that Jesus has exorcise demons and they then go to a dry and arid place, why would they escape to the desert? Well, to my thought, they didn't like the flood, and so they're going to the opposite place of the flood where all the waters inundated them and killed them off. So they escape to a place where water will not be a problem. And so we have in the sea the demons and all the human bodies that were lost in the flood, except for the 8 who lived on the ark. And so we have those 8 then repopulating the earth and spreading out across the face of it. But all the oceans are filled with the spirits of the dead Nephilim, who then don't know how they would work it out, are able to go into the atmosphere and traverse the earth in whatever manner they have. Last episode I talked about ley lines, and I do not know if they are required to go on these ley line paths or not, but certainly they have some freedom, because ley lines can be from footpaths up to superhighways, and so we have them traversing that. And so the demons in the sea are now on the earth and giving us trouble, because Satan is leading them and giving them marching orders, so to speak. But also, I think we have the hope that the legions of demons and fallen angels who are with Satan's forces are not all of one accord. And so there's divisions among them. And I think that's hopeful for us, because they may battle themselves as we are required to battle them on our own. And so one of the things that's noticeable is that Noah was blameless in his generation. That means he was perfect in his genes. And so at least that's one option. And the idea then is that all the rest of humanity was corrupted in their genes by the technologies that the fallen angels offered them. So these technologies involved Shemyaza and some of the other fallen angels giving humans ways to do things that they hadn't understood before. Let me give you a list. Shemyaza, or otherwise known as Azazel, is said by Enoch to have taught humans the use of root cuttings and the magical art of enchantment. The fallen angel Armoros taught the banishing of enchantments or resolution thereof. Barachiel taught astrology. Kokobiel, the knowledge of constellations or astronomy. Hazakiel, the knowledge of clouds and sky, weather lore, and divination. Shamziel, the signs of the sun, including solar mysteries. Sariel, the courses of the moon, such as lunar cycles used in horticulture, agriculture, and lunar mysteries. Penemuel instructed humans in the art of writing and reading, and Kashdajan taught the diagnosis and healing of diseases and the science of medicine. So we have these technologies making it possible for all creatures to be hybridized. So we have not only Nephilim, hybrid angel versus human, but we also have humans mixing with animals and fish and stuff. So we get the stories of mermaids and centaurs and satyrs and all these other types of people. And if you were to look in the hieroglyphs of Egypt, in the tombs and such, you'll see those sorts of creatures, human person with a bird's head and those sorts of things. I had always thought they were just putting on a mask to indicate something, but it seems as though God banished them to the flood because of their corruption. So their very genes were corrupted. Only Noah and his family remained. And so we have demons in the sea. Hopefully we can banish them in the sea as well as on earth by the blood of Christ and the armor of God.